Mr. President, Consul General, Deputy Consul General, distinguished guests, Lassies and laddies, good evening and thank you very much for having me up here. It's a great pleasure to be here with you all. Tonight, as you can see, I'm not in kilt, but in fully fledged support of my fellow compatriots, Scottish compatriots that is, I'm also without underwear. Don't bite your lips too hard, please. So after asking around what I should say in this speech, I must be honest, this is my very first Burns evening, and I really don't have a clue. So thank you very much for Harry for explaining Burns' life. I couldn't be bothered to do the research myself. Now I'm very familiar. Most have recommended something which teases, but something that also demonstrates affection. So, in the spirit of the evening, I decided to go with a poem. This is my first Burns supper, ridiculous I know, but I'll speak more slowly so you'll understand my thick Scottish accent and tone. Why I was chosen to do this speech, it's a pretty good guess. You must speak well about women and use of finesse. But it is easy to criticise the matter, especially when in March this year, many households will have many a dirty platter, a lot of us men fear. It is my greatest distress that the women of São Paulo will have little to do, but as long as there is gas, us men will have plenty to chew. The water shortage is acute and is getting worse, but a lady without any daily activities reads twice the neck and curse. But of course, if we were to say such things to our wives, many would get fed up, pack up, and ultimately risk their lives. Imagine hundreds of women on the road at the same time. The fumes and flames would never cease to climb. It would be a national emergency, there would be a national address. The city would indeed become a very big and horrible mess, if it's not a rape. Perhaps this is why women aren't allowed to drive in Saudi Arabia. It's probable that men there would often cause such a mania. But all is not lost. Public transport is improving. More railway and buses will soon prevent women long-term from cruising. This would save on insurance and our premiums. Life could potentially reach a really good equilibrium. Moving on from all these characteristics that you've heard, I'd quite like to talk about some very important birds. Jenna Jameson and Jodie Marsh, both were a real catch. Without them, I would have lost all purpose during every single dry patch. Others had a lot of power, words of might, but uttering, "God bless Maggie Thatcher," might actually start a fight. However, if I were to say, "I'm glad bloody Maggie's dead," the party might pick up and begin to spread. Despite many of us being drunk, thank goodness tonight we shan't have to listen to any Brazilian funk. Although, much of what is said by Dilma Rousseff usually sounds like a very broken treble clef. Looking to Argentina, it is clear the country is in crisis. Quite unfortunately, just like the subjugated women living under ISIS. But if we really think of those who have done so much over the years, their accomplishments would bring many of us to tears. Think of Rosa Parks and Florence Nightingale. Both had strength and hearts far greater than that of the average male. So let us not drink and forget that after all this toast is going out to what many deem as the fairer sex. If our lassies were not around, the vast majority of us men would fall hard and flat to the ground. For it is the gentle nature of our women which is ingrained deeply into every single one of their bones. This gentle nature can warm the cockles of the heart of any man, even if his facade is made of stone. I would like to speak more about the stories of finding a woman's love, but as you can see from my comments, it might be very hard to get this love. But when you reach that nirvana and you find that joy, life will make far more sense and will create a bond that nothing can destroy. Like mother and child, brother and sister, life is better with the lassies, even if she fancies herself a superstar. So I look out to my good fellows, you fine men. I ask them to hear my call, to stand and to raise your blame. Say it loud and say it brassy, a toast to all these fantastic lassies.
lots of things about the Lassies there, and it all rhymed. Did it? Anyway, we have a reply. So it gives me great pleasure to call upon Eileen Wallace, who will give the reply to James Cahoon's Lassies. Eileen, it's all yours.